The arrow tip has three endpoint modes: None, which generates nothing; Mesh, which uses a custom procedural mesh. You can choose between many different meshes. And the Extrude, which will extrude a shape along path. It can extrude multiple shapes, which we see later. The size of arrow can be changed by width and height, and also the length which the arrow tip takes can be changed by the Y value. A level of detail along that path will determine the number of vertices between the start and end point of the arrow tip. It has two path modes, function and follow main path. Follow main path will follow the path generated by the arrow path, and the function will use its own straight path. This straight path can be edited using the functions for the x, y, and z values. It can be used to bend the arrow tip. Each function always has a function length, which can enable longer usage of the function itself. For example, if we use loop and we want to make it with more loops, we can extend the function length. The width and height functions enable changing the width of the path and height enables changes along the height of the tip, which can be used to create different arrow tip paths. The rotation function can make arrow twist along its path, and it can be also used to change the default rotation of the tip. Template primitives determines the shape that will be used to generate the mesh. The shape function can enable changing shapes along that path. For example, if we go to a higher value, we'll use the sphere mesh that was defined before. Shape function always rounds to the nearest integer. The 0 value will pick the first primitive from the list. One value will pick the second element of the list. It is also possible to change the shape along the path by using different values. If you want, you can always save the tip as a mesh asset that can be used later. This concludes our tutorial. The next tutorial is defining the arrow path and all the options of the arrow path.